Circular flow of income, national income and related aggregates. In our day-to-day life, we require many things like uniform, school bag, books, laptop, stationery, clothes, mobile phones, etc. Do you know who produce all these goods? It's firms. But you don't get these items free of cost. You have to pay money to the firm for the goods and services provided by them. For producing these goods and services, firms require the factors of production, that is, land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. These factors of production get payment for their services rendered. Is known as factor payments. Land gets rent, labor earns wages, capital gets interest, and entrepreneur receives a part of profits generated. Now let us understand real flow and money flow. When goods and services flow from one sector of the economy to another, it is known as real flow. Correspondingly, the money received or paid for those goods and services is known as money flow. Thus, in this manner, income continues to flow in a circular way, so it is called circular flow of income. Now, let us understand circular flow of income in a two-sector economy. Households provide factor services to firms. In return, firms pay factor payments for their services. Firms provide goods and services to households. Households make payments to firms for those goods and services. Now, let us understand what people do with their savings. Firms save a part of their income for business expansion and precautionary purposes. Households save their income for their future needs. Savings do not remain idle with households or firms, but they are invested in a financial market. Financial market can be banks, insurance companies or stock exchanges, where people invest a part of their savings for future use. Role of financial market. Let us see how financial market collects the savings of the two sectors. Households and firms invest their savings in financial markets. Households borrow money from financial market for consumption purposes. Firms borrow money from financial market for investment purposes. Now, after two-sector model, let us study three-sector model. Let us introduce government as a third sector. Circular flow of income in a three-sector. The government sector acts both as a producer and a consumer. Let us first understand the flow of income between the government and firms. The government acts as a consumer by purchasing goods and services from firms, which is a real flow. In return, it pays for the goods and services, which is a money flow. At the same time, governments provide subsidies to the firm and the firms pay direct and indirect taxes to the government in return. Let us now understand the flow of income between the government and households. We can see that households provide factors of production to government sector, which is a real flow. The government sector in return pays for the services received from household sector, which is a money flow. At the same time, government makes transfer payments in form of pension, allowances, etc. to households, and households pay taxes to the government. The government also puts its savings in the financial institutions, which is a part of the financial market, and in return, government can borrow loans from them. Let's move ahead and talk about the fourth sector. It is known as rest of the world. Both exports and imports are possible only if we have interaction with the rest of the world. Here, keeping everything same as in three-sector model, we will see the flow between household, government and firms with the rest of the world. Circular flow of income in 4 sectors in an open economy: household and rest of the world. Households provides factors of production to the foreign countries. It is known as real flow. Foreign countries pay for services to household, which is a money flow. Simultaneously, households import goods from rest of the world, which is a real flow, and the payment from the households to countries abroad for the purchase of goods is known as money flow. Firms and rest of the world. Firms import and export goods and services from and to the rest of the world. It is considered as the real flow. The payments made for imports and payments received for exports to and from rest of the world make the money flow. Government and rest of the world. Government provides and receives financial assistance to and from the rest of the world at the time of emergencies like wars or natural calamities like droughts, famine, etc. Let's take a look at a 4-sector model. After understanding circular flow of income among various sectors, let us study a very important concept: leakages and injections. Leakages. Whenever there is a withdrawal of money from the flow, it is considered as leakages. For instance, households save a part of income, pay taxes, pay for imports. These are called leakages. Leakages reduce the flow of income. On the other hand, introduction of new money into the flow is known as injections. It includes investments made by firms, government spending and exports by firms, etc. Injections increase the flow of income. An important condition for an economy to be in equilibrium is that the leakages must be equal to the injections. Saving S plus taxation T plus import M equals investment I plus government spending G plus exports X. So, circular flow of income is the continuous flow of production, income and expenditure among the various sectors of an economy.